Salute. What's going on? You Henry 4625 salute. Gab Rodriguez salute. What's good? What's good? Shattered salute. Shattered. What's good? Buddha Black salute. Miss Playful, yeah, what's good? Brooklyn Favor 718 was popping. Iraq 152 salute. Asad Wale salute. Yes, right. Miss Playful salute. Chris Nelson salute. My brother Linda Germany. I see you, Linda Germany. Hey, caught alive. Jacob Johnson, Peace King. What's going on? Shout it, Miss Playful. What's up? Felissa Cortez, what's up? People, make sure you hit them like, send out notifications. We are live. That's a fact. Buddha Black, big homie, where you been? Yo, Buddha Black, man, I've been doing a lot, man. I've been going through some things, man. So I know I've been MIA, man. I kind of felt like I owed it y'all, had to come back on, man. I just got to deal with a lot of issues, you know? Gabriel, hit that like button when you come. That's right. Everybody hit them likes. That's right. What's good, big bro? Raymond Ortiz. Everything healthy, man. Jay Boga, salute. Bodega, salute. That's right. You already know how everybody doing, man. How y'all weekend was, and I hope y'all Monday was real blessed. This is our weekends was blessed. You know, first and foremost, thank you for everybody for tuning in the Cross TV network. That's Cross with a K. Salute to all my mods. Salute to my whole YouTube family. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all as always. Oh, Coco Bean in the building. What's going on? How you doing, Coco Bean? You know, definitely appreciate y'all, my YouTube family. You know what I mean? It's funny. Before I get into what I want to talk about, it's funny because today I met up with like about 3 or 4 YouTube family members, and I really enjoyed talking to y'all, man. As y'all see, I'm very visible. You know what I mean? I'm around in these streets and everything like that. And when people recognize me and everything, we sit back and we have a lot of, deep conversations. And I definitely appreciate y'all. And we definitely networking and building on this channel right here. That's definitely what's up. Yeah, I noticed lately, I don't know if y'all noticed, man, but I noticed a trend that's been going on. It's a deadly and a serious trend that been going on. Yeah, no doubt, Coco Bean. Slow, appreciate that. Definitely. I've been seeing a little trend that's been going on, mainly in Texas, but it's been happening in New York and a lot of other places a lot. And what I'm talking about mainly in Texas is the constant issues of police going in people's house and shooting them. I covered a story about, the officers, the lady that, ran into the house, thought it was her own house, and thought the person that actually lived in the house was an intruder, and she shot and killed him. The guy that testified against her ended up being killed a couple of days later, allegedly in a drug deal going bad. Approximately a week or so after, the brother was killed by the female officer who thought she was in the wrong house. Thought she was in her house, and the intruder was there. Got a sister now. Another person got murdered right after that. Similar fashion. But this time the neighbor called the house. Y'all know the story. The neighbor called the house, right? And when the neighbor called the house, out of pure sincere concerns, ended up the police officer killing her. Then he quit and was brought up on charges. A couple of little, yes, we is losing too many people. And what's even crazier though is that another shooting happened approximately a day or two ago. This time, an officer shot his own son because he thought his son was an intruder. Easy to blaze a slope. What's going on, man? We're gonna get this energy up. We're gonna get this energy up, man. I've been down for a little minute, man. We're gonna get this energy up, man. We're gonna get this thing popping, you know what I'm saying? Seemed like bad training down there, Scatter said. Buddha Black, what? Ray Coblane, crazy. Yeah, so now it's like, come on, man. So you going in your house and thought your own son was an intruder? How do y'all feel about that? I don't. I honestly, with all due respect to the man's family, to his son, but I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. I think that this is happening in Texas with so much and it's going on so long and so rapidly that now with what they're doing, I feel like this right here was put in place to justify all the other stuff that was going on behind that, to show as if, this happens all the time down here. Look, this guy just shot his son. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that one bit. It's happening. That's right. It's happening too often in this isolated, concentrated region. I said, you know what? It might be a lot of hellified, home invasions going on, right? So I Googled that and I surfaced it, and there's no abnormal home invasions going on as I thought or assumed it would be, considering all the stuff that's going on, right? Okay, so now we look at this. So what I started doing was I was looking at police officers, like what's their divorce rates? What's their when you kill, you killing yourself. What's that rate? Peace, God, yo, Ronald Hawkins, peace. Most officers' homes have cameras. All right, everyone hit that like. Yeah, Felice Cortez made a point. Yeah, officers should have cameras, and just like I found it kind of ironic that the lady officer that killed the man for thinking that she was in her home and he was intruder when she was actually in his home. Yeah, suicide, right? That it's bugged out to me that she was living in the projects and stuff, because when I was growing up, police lived in their own separate communities, whether it was I'm from the Bronx. Most of the police is in Parkchester, Riverdale, stuff like that. But as I was looking, I noticed that because at one time they had a real high divorce rate. That has went down, so that has changed, for the good. But on the other side, the suicide rate in that occupation, police officers are at a higher rate than the national than the country's national. So you figure the country's national. I just was looking it up. If I'm, my mind ain't deceiving me, 23 or 24 people out of every 1,000 people in the United States, according to because the Center for Disease Control, CDC, according to them, 23 or 24 Americans out of every 100,000 kill themselves annually, every year, yearly. Whereas police officers between 43 to 46 police officers kill themselves out of every 100,000 police officers. That rate is alarming. That rate is alarming because you want to compare police to civilian population, and then you look at police almost doubling the suicide rate of the people. Something got to be going on. Something got to be going on. What's going on? Yo, son, did you hear about the white dude who gave an alleged 700 black women girls AIDS? Yeah, that was the DJ dude. That was the DJ dude. And the thing about that story, not to get off topic real fast, I'm about to get back on topic, but with that story, what remind me of that story was when I was on Rikers Island fighting my homicide and all my other cases, right? It was this black guy, this black brother, right? He was I think he was from one of the boroughs, but he was going upstate, Albany, capital region and stuff like that. Guy had dreads, dark skin guy, and he had AIDS, HIV, either or, and knew about it and was spreading it out, but he didn't discriminate. He gave it to a lot of white girls, he gave it to a lot of black girls mostly. He's been convicted, and if one of his victims pass away, then for every time a victim passed away and is passed away because of that disease, then he's being charged with another murder. He's being charged with another murder, with a murder. Every time somebody died, but altogether, I think it was like 80 something people. So 80 something of the females, he got 80 something attempt murder charges. And God forbid one of them die, he's getting charged with a murder for every time one of them pass away. And that's what that story remind me of with that DJ dude. But the difference with him is he targeted, as far as I see, he targeted all black people. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not about race or nothing like that. So I don't want people to feel like that. You know what I mean? But back to this situation, right? Okay, let's look at police officers, for example, right? First of all, it's not like they're superheroes or they come from a whole nother planet. It's people that come from our neighborhoods, our communities, from our families. Hold up, let's not give these women a pass. What type of woman would let dudes run in them raw? Come on. Yo, Seth Lowe, not for nothing, bro. Not for nothing. You making it a gender thing when you say we gotta charge these females, don't give them a pass. What type of female would let dudes run in them raw? Let me ask y'all this, right? How many of y'all, honestly, how many of y'all, when y'all met y'all girlfriends, when y'all first started having sex, y'all first started fucking whatever, a lot of y'all didn't even use condoms, period. Let's get this straight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this straight. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, how many of y'all that's married, got baby moms, in a faithful, committed relationship? How many of y'all got tested before y'all said, you know what, we're not going to wear condoms no more? Think about that. How many of y'all met somebody, and even if y'all did have sex with protection at the beginning, at the time goes by and you get comfortable with this individual, before you say, you know what, I don't want to use no condoms no more? How many of y'all did that? Yo, Henry 44625. Yo, I definitely appreciate your honesty, because the truth is a lot of people don't do it. So it's easy to point fingers at people and to blame everything on everybody else. But every time you point the finger at somebody, it's three pointing right back at you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to sit down. You got to sit down and evaluate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Evaluate yourself And instead of saying, oh, this one did this and this one did that, because sometimes we make mistakes. We don't want people to beat us up for it or laugh at us about it or clown us for it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want people to empathize with you like, yo, damn, I made a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? So, let's be real. Let's not act like we're holier than thou. Like I always tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, me talking to y'all, and if I can save one person from going through the pain that I be experiencing or going through what I've been through in life, then it's all worth it. You know how good it felt for me today for YouTube family to come up to me and tell me how much I'm inspiring them and keep me doing the right thing and everything like that. That meant a lot to me. That meant a whole lot to me right there, man. And people, and then one of the YouTube family members, young guy named Vi, in his early 30s. I spoke to him today. He like, yo, big bro, yo, I appreciate what you doing. Keep doing what you doing. Hold it down. You're inspiring me right now. I'm an apprenticeship class for carpentry. And they pay us for training. It's a 5-year class, and he was giving me information like, yeah, what's going on? Who this will be crossed? When those two inmates escaped in 2000, did you think the staff inmate relationship will get exposed and that will help the state clean up brutality? Let me tell you something, man. When them two guys escaped from Clinton, one of them I knew. I didn't know like that. Like me and him talked on a everyday basis, but I was on a tier with him once before, and I used to see him, a lot. But anyway, it didn't make police brutality better. It made it worse because rumor has it I wasn't in Clinton at that time when that happened. I was actually in Attica. Salute to Miss Playful. Thank you for the donation, Miss Playful. Miss Playful said, "Love you, son. Keep up the good work. For you are your brother and sister's keepers." Salute, beloved. Miss Playful, I appreciate that salute. I definitely know what you mean, and I know what you're saying, and I definitely appreciate you for that. Definitely appreciate you for that. Maybe one of my live, I want to talk about that, brothers and sisters keeper. But thank you, Miss Playful. Love you too. Salute you. Thanks again. Miss Playful is a rarity. That's a fact. She showed mad love. But no, they didn't make it worse because what happened was anybody who was on a tier and living around them guys and they cells was close to them guys, they was being interrogated, they was being beaten up, you know, the all the doors was open, they was being starved and everything. You know what I'm saying? They was being starved, they was being beat up. Some of them even could use the word torture. That is torture, and everything to get type of information they got. Them guys, them brothers, they ain't even bathed for like almost 2-3 weeks. The jail was on lockdown. So, when the jail's on lockdown, you can't even take no shower or nothing. So them brothers was in there, no shower, freezing, starving, and they ain't do nothing. All due to the fact that what happened, they escaped and they wanted to see what they can get out of people. You know, yeah, but the prisons and everything dealing with racism and police brutality is something totally different than what we seeing on the streets with these police, to be honest with you. What the world, bro? Talent on the check-in. The talent was good, bro. Everything healthy, man. Told you I was gonna do a live, man. There's a lot of things on my mind, man. Dealing with a lot of things I've been reading in my own life. So, now is November 3rd, feeling down for G Sun going on my November 3rd. Yeah, okay. Okay, Felicia Cortez. But back to the police, right? We gotta remember these people come from the same neighborhoods and communities. Some of them is our brothers and sisters, right? Um, they got a big responsibility on their hands. First of all, they're humans. They have a life of their own. They got a family of their own, that's what I just said, and they have their own feelings and thoughts. How many of us go to work with stuff from home on your mind and it reflects on your work, right? I think that they go through that too, because again, they are human, right? Some people that's on the job been in shootouts. Some of them prior to getting on the job was scared to death to touch guns. You know, some of them wouldn't even come in the neighborhoods that we are from if it wasn't for that badge and that gun. So when you sit there and you consider these factors, right, it got to have some type of psychological effects on them. It's not no coincidence. I mean, it's not no coincidence that that occupation has the highest suicide rate. Somebody help me out here. Cephalo, at least he fought back. A lot of cops are alcoholics too. I mean, Shattered. I done seen them do pretty much everything that they locked me up for, man. We just seen a cop being locked up for drunk driving. I can Google right now all the stuff that's going on with police right now. It's crazy. Everything is not placed in the public eye. Why is not placed in the public eye? Because they don't want us to begin to start looking at police officers with the same scrutiny as they classify us as being criminals. I think Buddha Black, I think they should change the evaluation process. I think everybody should be psychologically evaluated, especially when you got guns in your hand, when y'all constantly taking lives, when y'all getting shot at, when people is victimizing y'all, when you walking down the street trying to give a kid, when you're trying to say hi to a kid or something like that, and a parent say, "Yo, don't say nothing to my kid. Fuck out of here," something like that. How does that affect them emotionally? How does that affect them mentally? I think officers should have a psych evaluation before they hire them too. That's right, Coco Bean, Philly, Seplo, 73rd Precinct, washed me up 10 years ago. I refuse to be disrespected. Yeah, no question, Seth, though, no question. But I'm thank you for sharing. Thanks for sharing a lot. And I know 73 Precinct is the precinct of Brownville, East New York. But see, you gotta think about it like this, right? How many of us even got law enforcement in a family? See, because I look at it from both sides. My baby brother went to the army and everything, and he fought the war with the happened with the 9/11 thing. He was one of the first brigades over there in Iraq. Before that he was on a North Korea South Korea border. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Black Warrior, your oldest brother. All right, so now my baby brother ended up being a police officer in Baltimore. Baltimore. And it puts me in a rock and a hard place because for one, I don't hate police. I hate those that hide under the shield to do criminal activity, but yet they police the communities, locking people up, doing a lot of crooked and corrupt stuff. And at the same time, you're still trying to uphold the standards of the law, or you trying to uphold, the laws of law-abiding citizens to make to make society better. In New York, it is a public threat. That was some saying with me, bro, because I was in and out of these streets. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're not probably trained than some are situated. Shattered. You know what, man? I think the whole system needs to be evaluated because I don't know if y'all notice how the system goes, right? But let's say I'm gonna use me for example. A police officer do something to me, right? They beat me up, whatever. So now I want to bring them up on charges or I want to sue. So when you sue, guess who their lawyer is? If you outside of the five boroughs, the chain of command goes from, the judge. It ain't the district attorney, is all right, for the city is the district attorney, your lawyer, the judge, district attorney, the prosecutor. Upstate, the attorney general plays the role as the DA. Because the DA is what? The district's attorney. The district I live in is Bronx. So that's the Bronx County attorney. So anybody that works for the city or for the state at Bronx County, when they go before a judge or whatever, their lawyer is either a district attorney or an attorney general. That's who represents them. So what you think is going to happen? So it's like, all right, one thing is, how many of us committed crimes, knew it was wrong, knew you shouldn't do it, but you did it. And any chance you get, you're going to keep doing it until you get caught. How many of y'all could relate to that? You know what I'm saying? We done did a lot of things that we ain't supposed to be doing, but we did it for sport or because it made us feel good at the time, or whatever have you. But you keep doing it because you get away with it. Big God, my cousin denied we are related because I bailed a few of my friends out after he was arrested. That embarrassed him to the other officer. That's crazy, Shattered. That's crazy. Tony Stark said, "Fact, Gab Rodriguez, me, just think about that." Coco Bean said, "I could relate." You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta take into account that these individuals, when they put that uniform on, they still are human beings. They still have some type of prejudices. They going through things. Some might not be as nice as other. Some of them are playing both sides of the fence, getting high, robbing and stealing, drink, domestic violence, turn around and police the community for the same crimes they commit. Facts. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. I'm gonna share a story with y'all, right? When I was locked up, I was getting, I think I probably told this story. I don't know about this. I'm gonna say it anyway. So I was drafted to go to medium. It's gonna be the first time I was in a medium my whole bid. After I think like my 15th or 16th year in is when they try to I was in Auburn and they was trying to send me to a medium, right? So now, I bought a couple of, I always buy literature, as y'all could tell. I buy a lot of reading. I love to read. So I have bought a literature on nationalism. It spoke about Puerto Rican nationalism. It spoke about Black nationalism. It just basically breaking down what is nationalism, period. And it was from the Wall Street Journal. It was from the Wall Street Journal, right? Okay. So the day I found out that I was on a draft. I'm packing all my stuff up, took it in the draft for processing. Everything else that was left in my cell, extra sneakers, hoodies, magazines, commissary, whatever I couldn't take, I gave out. The literature and everything was one of them. So the next morning, I get on the bus, Go to the medium, spend the night at reception. The following day, I go to my jail. So when I get there, they said, "Who is such and such?" I said, "That's me." They said, "Well, everybody get off the van except him." So I'm like, "What happened? What did I do? I ain't even get here yet." He said, "I don't know, but you're going to SHU with the segregated unit, going to the box." So I'm in the box for like 3 days, don't even know why I'm there. Then I get a ticket, gang-related material, nationalists, black nationalists believe that they should govern themselves and yada, yada, yada. And that's how he wrote the ticket to be. I go to the hearing. I got a dictionary with me and a few other things, right? So I said, he said, "Yes, sir, black nationalism means this, that, and other, and y'all believe." I said, "Sir, no disrespect or nothing like that. But on this compound, what is your occupation? I mean, are you a gym teacher? I mean, I know you ain't no correctional officer." He said, "No, I'm a school teacher." I said, "Wow, you're a school teacher. And you don't know what nationalism is? Y'all putting black before everything, but nationalism, whether it's white, Spanish, black, Indian, iPhone, nationalism believes that we should consolidate our resources and build a great nation and get ourselves up and jumping, and spread outward. That's all that is. It's a thin line between nationalism. Well, that is messed up when you get involved with things like you a threat. So yeah, let me get off. I was getting off topic. So now, right? Make a long story short, I got 4 months in a box for that. 4 months in a box for that. 4. Now, mind you, when you're in a box, you're in a 6x6 cell, maybe. You got your bed, shower, yard, sink, and toilet, and table, all in that cell with you. You do not leave that cell for nothing unless you got a doctor's call out that you got to go to the infirmary for, or you going on a visit. Other than that, for them 24 hours a day, you're in that cell. I missed my summer and everything. I was going on conjugal visits at the time. I lost everything. Everything. Or for what? Because Miss Playful said, and I think Felisa Cortez said, is that when you start reading a certain material, or when you walk a certain way, or when you dress a certain way, or you living in a certain community, you are considered armed and dangerous. They're going to squeeze first, ask question last. Obviously, that's what's been going on. He said what he said. So I'm trying to read what somebody said. All racist cultures unite. They afraid of that, Felisa. This ain't time. We dying out here. That's a fact. The hate is on a higher level. Reading a book. That's somebody said for reading a book. Oh yeah, for reading a book, bro. We don't even have a common nationality to fight for nationalism. Bingo. Bingo. You hit it dead on the nose, because I be telling people that all the time, man. Black don't. That's a color. It don't tell you no places of origin or nothing like that. Please, this is why they didn't allow us to learn how to read and write. Yeah, they want to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind, man. Triple states of darkness, man. They figure that, if they hide something in the book, we would never find it. That's why I really don't like to call myself black and everything. And there's a reason why I say that. If y'all wanna, I could do a whole topic on why I really don't like calling myself black. You know what I'm saying? I could do a whole history, the whole topic on that. Most of us are naive Americans, but the government wouldn't tell us that. Of course. I mean, when you think about Juneteenth, right? When you think about the holiday Juneteenth, right? When you think about Juneteenth, okay, us enslaved people that came from Africa, or what we know as Africa today, was brought over here. Henry 4:625, black is not a nationality, so it has no right in these eyes of the law. Yeah, but what about the other nationalities that are nationalities and they don't have no right? I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna do a whole segment on why I don't consider myself to be black, or I don't like to call myself being called black. I mean, I do it and I call people it. I wouldn't prefer it, but for lack of a better term, on a united stand, on a united scale, until we do that together, I don't want to separate myself. So I allow myself to be called something that I really don't like to be called. You know, if y'all want to hear it, I could do that, or I could just do a whole nother segment on that. Right? Nationality recognize a flag, but pretty much all nationalities or all races have a flag except for us. I mean, because I say that because black, it don't give you no place of origin. It gives you a color. And it's a little more than a color. The best way to conquer a race is to make them hate themselves. And that's a fact. Don Juan. That's what the Jim Crow theory was about. Turn the dark skinned blacks against the light skinned blacks. Turn the tall blacks against the short blacks. Turn the fat blacks against the skinny blacks. Turn those that like these toys to that. Turn the house nigga against the field nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, all ways. That's why we, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got so many races to be technical. What do you like to be called? I would rather accept the term of a new African or something like that. Something that we could agree on call each other, not what somebody is calling us. I see y'all want to get into this, man. I see y'all want me to get into this, right? You know what I'm saying? It's sad I was raised, we were all God's children. Good for you. You was blessed. You was blessed, man. A lot of times, a lot of parents, they bestow their own ignorance, or saying, which is lack of knowledge, and they pass that down to their children. And I always tell people, especially kids, when I go meet them, how do you feel about being called African American? I don't really like the term African American too. I really don't like that term because we have a lot of Africans in the United States now that was born in Africa that's over here now. My sister-in-law was born in Nigeria, right? She came over here when she was like 9 or 10 years old. I don't like being called African American because, for one, let's say I just came from Africa. I'm African. I just came from Africa, right? And I don't know. Now I got my great grandkids is having it got kids now, right? So I've been over here for about a few generations. They're black. They might not have they dialect anymore, but when you're around them, you can hear the African languages when they speak it. But and then they also have Caucasian Africans, and they come over here and they've been over here 10, 15 generations. What are they called? What are they called? I feel like if that's the case, all of us is American because there's only two continents in the Western Hemisphere on this side of the planet, and that's South America and North America. So why is you Haitian? I'm Jamaican, you African American, this person did, this person that, this person that, and everybody looking at each other. We look alike. We don't talk alike. We don't dress alike. We don't think alike. Our cultures is different. You understand what I'm saying? But who made that term correct? Because before they was calling us African Americans, remember they was calling us Afro Americans in the 70s and the 80s. No, the term African American is a new term. That's a term that just started. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah. All right, Felice Cortez, no doubt, no doubt. Adrenaline rush, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely get to it. So if this is a new term, what was we called other than that? Afro. So we was basically known for a hairstyle. And the reason why Coco Bean, the reason why I said I don't really like be call myself black, because I'm gonna ask y'all this question, right? I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Any of y'all can answer it on a live chat. If I tell any one of y'all to go in the store and get a black cake and then go get a white cake, would you find it? Answer that question. If I tell you to go into the world's biggest bakery and I'd be like, yo, Coco Bean, yo, go and get a black cake and go get a white cake, would you come back with that cake? We all need to sign a petition and pass a law that if you are arrested and you are proven innocent or they can't convict you, the government have to pay you day one. That makes sense. I like that. I like that out there. Facts, feeling you in the same in the same bakery. Would you find it? Easy the Blazer was the first one to answer. You said chocolate and vanilla. That's good. That's a good one. I like that one. I'll take 1K a day. Chocolate and vanilla. Okay, back on topic, right? Even though we were off topic, I started talking about the police, but at the end of the day, the family, however y'all want this live to go, y'all dictate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna roll with the punches on. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all staying. James Hall, salute. James Hall, yo, I appreciate you, beloved. Definitely salute. Thank you for the donation. James Hall, thank you for the donation. Salute. Yo, James Hall, you got anything you want to add on, bro, before I begin? Definitely appreciate you, brother. Okay, now for that answer, would you find a black cake or white cake? There is no wrong answer. If you say yeah, you was right. If you say no, you was right. Let me explain why I say that. If you said no, let me see. If you say yeah, like Easy did, he said chocolate and vanilla, right? I say you won't find the cake. The reason why is because they said if you want to hide things for minorities, I'm not even going to use black. I'm going to say minorities or so-called minorities. I think we're the majority in this country now. However, just to move on, us minorities, they want to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind. So remember, I said if they want to hide something from us, they put it in books, right? We want to put it in books. We should never find it. That's a triple set of darkness, right? Okay, now Coco B, what it is this. You got to go to the definition of black. You got to go to the definition of white. So you're not going to find a cake that's black, or blatantly white, because you really don't have to be educated to recognize and identify with the fact that that's racist. Those are racist terminologies, right? So what they did was they give you the definition. You're not going to find a black cake under the termination black. It's going to say devil's food. Then you look and find a white cake. It's not going to say white. It's going to say angel's food. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So in other words, let's look at the definition of white. You look at the definition of white under the Webster's dictionary. I know a lot of dictionaries, the new up-to-date dictionaries, change a lot of terms, put a lot of terms in there. But if you look at the word the word white means angelic. It means pure. It means pure. It means holy. So if a white cat cross your path, it's good luck. Marriages is a beautiful tradition. You wear all white. Anything that's dealing with white is good, pure, angelic, holy. God has pure white on. Now let's look at what the word black means. Dirty, wicked, savage. So yeah, easy to blaze it. Yeah, no doubt. We get into it now. We get into it. We gonna get to it. We definitely gonna get to it right now. So, a black cat cross your path is bad luck. Freaks come out at night. When you wear funerals, you wear all black. So anything that's associated with the color or the term black has negative inclinations to it. Everything is all negative. You look at Egypt, burnt face. Ethiopia, the land of the burnt people. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with these terms. Everything was all about the color. They want. We need lawyers, doctors, ministers, nurses, and cremators. Yo, Adrenaline Rush 15. I don't know if you heard about like what went on with Great Orchard and Pine Streets in a Black Wall Street, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, back during the Great Depression, where we had cities and towns where we owned churches, schools, hospitals. Even in 1920 something, we was walking around $100, $200 Brook Brother suits. $100, $200 back then compared to now is a whole lot of cash. You know what I'm saying? Them hundred is probably about $10,000, believe it or not, maybe even more than that. What you think about the brand black? So now let me finish this conversation, right? So now when you look at a black cat, or anything like I said associated with black, is negative. That's why you had a lot of brothers that was righteous, and the Panthers, and the guards and everything like that. They came up with something. They said the blacker the flesh, the deeper the roots. It has no proof, is nothing real about that slogan or nothing. Let me rephrase that. That's not true. But the phrase is genius. Why would black scholars publicly lie to us knowing that it was a lie? Because doctors, chemists, everybody would tell you there's no pure race on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So, why would you why why would you lie to us about, well, if the darker you are, the more African or more closest to the homeland you are. The reason being is that you had a lot of dark-skinned brothers like myself that had low self-esteem once upon a time. Coming up as a little kid, you was always the butt of people's jokes. Dark skin was not in. If you ain't have hazel eyes, light skin, or had good hair, whatever it can be, people wasn't really trying to deal with you. And I think I stated that in one of my other lives before. Black Wall, salute Black Wall. Y'all appreciate the love, appreciate your donation, beloved. Black Wall, definitely appreciate your donation. Black Wall, I'm gonna read what he said. You are intelligent, big bro. Keep teaching. We all enjoy tuning in. Yo, salute. Y'all appreciate that. Y'all keep me going, man. Cause sometimes when I be seeing the looks and I be seeing what people like to gravitate towards and everything, I kind of felt I was kind of like in my feeling, but after I realized, man, like, nah, it's people out here, you know what I'm saying, like y'all that want the real and stuff forth. So, I gotta continue to give y'all the real, man. You know what I mean? But this right here is real. I'm giving y'all a game. This is something that I spent months in doing research and reading, man. You know what I'm saying? So, um, a lot of people wear green flags and they say that's our flag because money, it represents money. No, that's not why our flag is green. Our flag, aside from being red, is green because it represents the land. Without no land, there is no independence. Let me say that again. Without no land, there is no independence. That's why a lot of our skies and everybody, they fought for the 40 acres and a mule. See, because we're going to use the Native Americans. I don't like using the term Indians because they're not Indians. You know what I'm saying? The Europeans thought that they was in India when they came on these shores. So that's how they started calling these people Indians, but they're not Indian. Indians are in India. The country India, not the state India. Well, it's Indiana, but you know what I mean? But not even a native. The grass I walk on, facts. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, right? Look at the Indian, excuse me, look at the Native Americans, right? Okay, so now for their reparation, they got land, they got what is called Indian reservations. A lot of these Indian reservations, two things you could count on they got as a means to keep the economy going. One is that almost all of them has a casino. Most of them all have casinos, right? That's one thing. They all have casinos. And two, a lot of them sell tobacco. They sell cigarettes. They know how people fiend for that nicotine, and they know how they feel about that money. So they're willing to gamble their money away. But what the Native Americans do with this money is their kids, when they reach a certain age, their school is paid. So they're not coming out of school and going into the free market in debt. They're self-sufficient. They got their own resources. They got a land where nobody come on there. And with your own land, you create your own government system on how you want to govern your people. But if you don't have your land and your own resources, then how are you independent? When you dependent upon everybody else, you own his land. We get taxed for every. My house in Pocono. I was there this weekend. Last week I didn't do no live. I was, I haven't been there for a while, so I had to, take care of a lot of things. And but even on my land, I got mortgage I gotta pay. Even when my mortgage is done, I still gotta pay taxes. Adrenaline rush. Yes, we still fighting for civil rights. Felice Cortez. Yes, their tribe gives them money. Yes, that's true. Yes. Tyrone Bell. If one does not have knowledge of self, they could never be right or figure out. Hey, true. That's a fact, bro. Tyrone Bell. That's a whole fact. Let's get some petition signed. Day one. I like that. I like that idea. There's a war in Canada over those tobacco smuggling routes. Day one. Let's stop talking. We've been talking for 450 years. That's a fact, man. Whatever day one is, I'm feeling day one, man. Right on target. Dead on. Dead on. I'm really enjoying this right here because, I wanted to really bridge a gap because, I definitely salute to the officers that I know if they stop my daughter, I'm not going to have to worry about them trying to rape her, beat her up or kill her. Or if my something, they'd be able to protect the elderlies in your families and stuff like that, and the children and everything, and they're honorable. Salute to them. You know what I'm saying? The debt bellies and all the piece of shits, for lack of a better term, that hide under the color law to commit your crimes and then beat on you and then lock you up for doing what they're doing. Y'all pieces of shit, man. Y'all should be eradicated. Tony Stark, we as a people need this though. Yeah, that's true, beloved. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm like, yo, man, because, remember, his story. They put that together, made a word, history. So now it's like, but people have to remember, the person that win the war gets to write the history. Does it mean the history is true? No. Does it mean the history is false? No. He's just giving his version. He's just giving his version. Day one, you got the people behind you, plus you have the ear of the industry. Use your clout and let's change American landscape. Like the Bible, no offense. Day one, we could definitely work on that, man. That's something we could definitely work on and take seriously, man, because this is serious, man. It's like man, as far as law enforcement and what day one is speaking about, right? Going back to the police topics, man, it's like we're being slaughtered across the board. We killing each other at an alarming rate. We beating our women at an alarming rate, and all this other bug out stuff. So now, other people touching our women the wrong way. Other people is killing us, and we not doing nothing like they once said. Nobody's petitioning. Nobody's doing everything. A couple of people is doing some things, marching, doing some things, but sometimes you need more. But how far are we willing to go? See what happened to Selma. It's like the minute you fight back, you going to jail, or you look at them wrong, they feel intimidated. They want to find a way to shoot you and everything, and don't have no criminal record. If you got a criminal record, oh well, he was nobody. He wasn't a law-abiding citizen. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. But what about change? Y'all that locking people up. What happened to correcting? And y'all Department of Corrections. So why is y'all not correcting any wrongs? Why is y'all making things worse? That's right. All people kill. All people kill. That's a actual fact. And mind you, I'm not on a racial thing. I just wanted to show y'all, because somebody asked me, well, why you don't like to be called recognized as black? Because of that right there. And I had a dispute with a black liberation, BLA guy, Jalil, you know, and he was telling me, he's like, Mel, man, you you're so smart and intelligent, bro. But every time you're around me, I notice you always use the word nigga a lot. Scrap, make it happen. All white people are against the movement, but banging for black injustice since '99. That's when I came down move. No doubt, Easy the Blazer. Um, your enemy will not ever correct anything for you. No, your enemy won't correct nothing for you, but I'm just calling them out because they call, you know, jail the Department of Corrections. So if you're trying to correct me, if you're making me get a trade and you're doing this and you're doing that, so you should believe in rehabilitating. So if you believe in rehabilitation, then why are you coming, why are you classifying us or coming in our communities and doing the things we doing and then trying to you stop us from working, stopping us from doing this and stop? They built their wealth on our backs and built an empire and we have to beg them for jobs. Sad as fuck. We have to get on our knees and suck dick for feed our family. Wow, that's deep. Wow, that's deep. I mean, and it's crazy because in New York they got a law that states that on an application process, those, you know how they used to ask you, is you convicted of crime? On an application, they cannot no longer, it's against the law to ask you that, right? Check this out. Here's the loophole. Okay, so an application, those who, you know, amended the application and took those out, some of them still got it there. But with that application, let's say they considered hiring you. Now they can ask you that. And then still discriminate against you. Because once they ask you that, they could say, well, you know what, we could get a chance on this guy, or we're not going to give him a chance on this guy. They got to give you a reason why. Yeah, they can give you a reason why, but I mean, if you worrying about us being discriminated against, then you should just abolish that anyway, unless it's occupations that's around children, senior citizens, you know, and groups like that, you know, individual groups, you know, sensitive groups like that, and you got one of them crimes, if you're not locked up for rape and things like that, whatever, man, then you know, you should be able to work wherever you want to work out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Hot Boy. They do still background check. You know what I'm saying? So it's like semantics, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all word semantics, man. It's wordplay. They make it seem like they down for it, but they ain't down for it. Why you think they don't want felons to vote? Because they don't want blacks to change their laws. That's a fact, day one. But what a lot of people fail to realize, I saw somebody else in the chat earlier um saying that we control the votes. I don't know who told y'all that, but our vote means nothing. What I mean by that is this. You have the popular candidates that run, right? So out of popularity, that's what we do. We pick the people that's popular or whatever, right? So now here it comes. All right, we got these candidates. We put in these votes. But do y'all listen? When you put in these votes, oh, we need 3 votes from New York and 3 votes from this swing state in order to win the election. You're like, hold up. Don't New York have over 18 million people? So out of 18 million people in the state of New York, you mean to tell me you only need 3 votes? Nah, man, it's not your vote. It's the electoral vote. It's an electoral college. And with what they do, Coco Bean, I don't vote because I know they're going to choose whoever they want. That's a fact, because let me tell you something. Look up electoral college and understand who they are, right? Just like a lot of people be thinking, yo, the Federal Reserve is a separate entity. Do people listen to what they're saying? You really think that I'm the world power, right? I make the world go round. I rule the world, right? I'm the United States. I got nuclear weapons up the ass. I allegedly owe China, who is the biggest country population wise, and I think even no, Canada, I think is bigger land wise. But all right, you know what I mean? And I owe them trillions and I'm not paying them back. And me being the me being I don't vote because I don't trust any politician. They have the last say so. So, you know, do you think I lost my train of thought? I'm sorry for y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Let me have all of the bit. I don't know why I can't see y'all whole message. But do you honestly think that I will allow somebody else to control my money, how much money I can print out at a time, my value of my stock market? You think I'm gonna give a separate, independent entity that much power over my empire where you're gonna control the value of my money, by how much you put out there, in circulation and what you take out. Why would I have somebody else do that? They give kids felonies, so when black kids get old, they get a good job on their on guns. Yeah, not for nothing. Day one. I feel you, but a lot of things we had to ourselves. We had to make ourselves accountable for. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people in the hood, right? In the hood and everything, right? Day one, that would everybody buy their children? I can't tell you how many cap guns and all different. I had water guns, cap guns, guns that shoot little balls, guns that shoot little discs that's the size of a penny and like it's skinny as a penny. So unconsciously or subconsciously, I'm being taught how to shoot. When I first shot a gun for the first time, it didn't feel like the first time. I mean, the kick and the loud noise, but I was used to it because I was shooting guns all my life. I had cap guns, I had water guns, I had all type of stuff. And then what other things that we always get our male children in the hood? Bikes, toy cars. So when you grow up, what you want? Something that you was given all your life. Guns and a car, something like that. Cameron said one of the realest. BB guns and all that. Cameron said one of the realest bars ever. He said, "We came through in whips and chains as expedition. All we want is whips and chains." That's deep. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? So, and then as far as our females, it's universal. They get dolls, kin doll houses, and and they're being taught on how to raise another being at a young age, how to care for another, you know, for another human being if need be. Because remember, they the one who bear kids and all that. Coco Bean, I'm guilty. I buy my grandson a whole lot of guns. He like 10 nerve. You see what I'm saying though? You see what I'm saying, Coco Bean? Coco Bean, we don't realize it because it's so common. We are programmed to think this. But then when our kids grow up and they walking around with guns and they want to do this and do that, we get mad. But this is what we giving them. You know what I'm saying? This is what we, what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I could blame, oppression on and blame this on and blame that on, man. But a lot of things we got to take responsibility. No lie. I used to steal books, two birds with one stone, death by designer. Young rappers got millions, but won't go to school. Adrenaline rush. That's deep, man. That's deep, man. I think that the school curriculum, I think is kind of like outdated. I think they need to they could you know update it, do a little something different. You know what I'm saying? Well, I really think so. I think that whole thing is outdated, seriously outdated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know we gave y'all something to think about today. Think this is a good live right here, man. I miss y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I just hope y'all forgive me, man, when I be going for a while like that, man. I just be going through a lot of things sometimes, man. And I don't be want to always talk about it on here, and I don't want to look like, oh, this dude every time he come on live, he crying about something. Nah, never that. You know what I'm saying? My son was a king, and he said it was hard when it came to guns. He remembers what I taught him about guns. He didn't like them. He thought twice, many times. Feliz Cortez, salute to you. You one of the few. I do know a couple of guys that was in the hood that was scared of guns. I know female that was scared of death because they see a gun and be like, oh, and you was very fortunate and your son is reaping the benefits and all that. Bless both of y'all. You know what I mean? I hope that a lot of other people you know, could learn from that right there, and learn from this vibe, learn from this live, and begin to undo some of the things that you wasn't conscious of until this live. You know what I'm saying? We've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes to be exact. So I'll probably be on there for another hour or so. I mean, excuse me, another couple of minutes or so. Any we could sum everything up, or somebody else want to share, man, we could share. Day one, I appreciate you. Thank you. Coco Bean, all y'all from participating, Miss Playful, of course, all my mods, everybody, the whole family, man, salute y'all. Salute y'all. Shattered, great conversation, no doubt, man. Thank you, bro. Miss Check your cash app, son. Thank you, Miss Playful. I appreciate that always. Definitely a rare one. Definitely a rare one. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Tony Stark's facts, because I definitely do learn some. I definitely did learn something on this live. Bless, homie. Wow, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all don't even know how them words, what that means to me, man. Thank you, Tony Stark. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. His dad did 15 years. Was hard. Took him to 23. Wow. No doubt. Fleas Cortez, bless up. Definitely. Bless up, man. That's a blessing. Coco Bean, I salute you. I appreciate you always. Definitely be tuned in, showing that love, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Shattered World. Salute to him, definitely. This was out bloody. This was out bloody standing, son. Thank you, Miss Playful. I had to come back with some fire, man. I had to come back to something to make y'all think about it, man. I had to come up with some fire for y'all, man. DJ Shook, Brian, salute, champ. Great live, definitely built with you and my people tonight, beloved. No doubt, man. Appreciate y'all. Black Wall, great convo, bro. Thank you, man. Salute to y'all. Thank those who donate. That's a fact. Thank everybody for the donation. Out of respect for Miss Playful, she told me to do something, so I'm gonna do it real fast out of respect, man. Thank you, Miss Playful. That's definitely there. Appreciate you, sis. Salute, love. You already know that, man. Appreciate you, Miss Playful. She definitely one of a dime. She definitely the last of a dime breed. I see you're on. I clicked off. Always good vibes. Here, awareness, true fact. Fleeza Cortez, man, I appreciate you so much, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, definitely, man. Easy to blaze, and you real T salute. Salute. Easy Blazer 5, Black Wall, salute Miss Playful and love, yeah. Blaze Bing, stay positive and keep doing your thing. No doubt, thank you, babe. Love is love. See you, son. Love you, son. Yeah, love you too, Miss Playful. No doubt, man. Black Wall. Um, damn, I really enjoyed this live, man. This is one of my, I have to say, one of my best conversations I had with my YouTube family. And y'all all made it possible. Thank you. MD3 the sniper, Mel Cross for president. Salute. They'll never vote for me of that. You know what I mean? When I see and hear you, I know people can change and make a difference. God bless you and family. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Miss Cortez. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, man. It's funny, man, because a lot of people, I be struggling with a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? Remember I told you about, that PDS thing, is real, and I be going in and out of things, you know. But it's crazy how when you try to lean on somebody when you're going through something, and you know what I'm saying, and you know you're going through something and you need somebody to talk to. You know, sometimes those that's closest to you, whatever, can you can't really talk to. Sometimes people it takes people that you just met. You know what I'm saying? That's new and fresh. You know what I'm saying? To give you that time, and you know what I'm saying? You know, to help you out, man. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. I ain't gonna say it's good or bad because if you don't mean me no good, then you don't need to be around me anyway. So you definitely can't help me. Only thing you're gonna do is just bring aggravation and agony to me. You know, we definitely don't need that. So we definitely gotta just be mindful of the energy or, you know, who we let into our lives and what we tell people, man, because they might fuck around and throw that shit back in your face later on down the line. We definitely don't want that. You know what I mean? Uh Blaze Bliggs conquer with all the real right is an accomplishment waiting to be seen. That's a fact. That's the whole fact, man. Listen, I know, y'all was rocking with me for hour 15, almost 16 minutes. Love y'all, man. What's true, Coco B? But I want y'all to really sit back and I want y'all to think about this live and think about what we was talking about, man. This is real right here. I hope day one continues to be on the channel, be on our lives, and be with our, become a part of our family. And I really like the ideas that Day One has, and with us, we definitely can make it happen. We definitely, you know what I'm saying, it's all between us. Miss Playful, Mr. Scientific. Yo, Shadow, you already know, man. It's a little break live, man. This live would have been nothing without y'all, man. I thank y'all. I mean, y'all give me this energy. Y'all keep pushing me. No matter what I be going through, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always there to support me, and I love y'all for that, man. Especially when it comes down to Miss Playful, Fleece Cortez, Cocoa Bean, Shattered. There's a few of y'all. There's a few of y'all that's there on every live, that's holding me down, showing mad love and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate y'all. I'm doing this for y'all, man. For us, rather. Everyone do their job 100% and meet at the big table. True, man. That's definitely true, man. It's definitely true, man. Salute to the chat room. Salute to all of y'all. I love y'all, man. I'm about to get up off of this. I got some other things I gotta handle. Um, I want to thank y'all for this being one of the epic lives. I think it's probably one of the best live or one of the best lives, you know what I'm saying, that ever been on Cross TV Network. And I have y'all to thank for that. Y'all inspired me and brought me a different directions to go off on. You know what I mean? So instead of me staying tuned, keep y'all engaged. I let y'all control it. And I thank you. Y'all have a good night. Hope y'all wake up tomorrow and ready to conquer this day. Hope y'all have good dreams. You know what I'm saying? And good night rest. And salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. Y'all got people in that's by y'all that love y'all and everything, man. Let them know that you appreciate them, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them know you appreciate them. With that, one, salute.